Hello, welcome back to another episode of our channel. What have we got going on today? Well, today I've got a trip to the post office to send a shower cartridge back. Something that people don't realise, that there can be times in business that you spend carrying out tasks that doesn't necessarily make you money. These shower cartridges, especially for the ones that are concealed showers, can be a bit of a nightmare. This particular one was a faulty one, so we bought it, installed it. We then had a call back a few weeks later saying that the shower was still underperforming. So we had to contact our supplier, get them to send us out a new one, and now we need to send this faulty one back to them. All of which, of course, we had to stipulate that for us to go back and replace the faulty one, the customer was going to have to pay again for our time, because it's not our fault that parts have become faulty. It's just one of those things. But yeah, these shower cartridges in concealed showers can be somewhat of a nightmare. So that's what we got going on first. Then I've got to head to the doctor's. Had a bit of an episode a couple of days ago where I was in severe pain with my stomach. Crazy, never had anything like that before, so I've just got to go and get some, check my results, and then we're on to our proper working day then, where we can try and earn the business some money of a couple of gas safeties and a boiler breakdown. So come with me and we'll go and see how this day pans out.
There was a leak in the sink. They think it's coming from the waste pipe, and then Harry's got invoice for new waste run and re-cemented the wall.
Here we are, just arrived to our first job of the day. Understandably, it's now 10 to 12, so not been great, but there's been a lot of running around this morning. Let's get in there, see if the tenant is happy with me filming whilst in there, and show you what we're looking at. So there we are, no answer at job number 1, which is extremely frustrating. Let's give our next job a call, see if they're around, and get on with it. So just at job number 2 of the day, this is a boiler breakdown. Okay, so tenant has just told me on arrival with this one that the gas meter just up here was turned off, which is why he wasn't getting the hot water, but he wants me to check over the boiler anyway. What I have found as soon as arriving, that there's an L2F code on the boiler which relates to flame loss. So we'll just do some safety checks on the boiler now and see why that L2 fault code may be arising. Let's have a look. Why is this? L2. What I'm probably going to do on this is test minimum, maximum. This isn't it's the unbranded version of Ideal. It's their budget brand. It's the I-24, and what we do sometimes find is on low fire, because the injector tends to get blocked over time through lack of servicing, that it can have issues on low fire. So we'll have a little look. The L2 fault code relates to a flame loss within the boiler. Have you just moved in or something, have you?
Just today.
Oh, just today?
Not today, like
a couple of days ago?
Yeah, 2 days. I haven't started living here yet.
Right, okay.
Living in my old property.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So with the gas being turned off at the gas meter, what's happened is the boiler tried to light, and what it's got is sensors inside there. Once it detects then that the flame is not lit, it'll then give the L2 code. But have you said this has worked since you've turned the gas on?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure, you haven't touched it?
No.
Yeah, it's probably going to be what that is. I'll have a little quick look inside as well, just to make sure. So this tends to be what usually need to go clean through lack of servicing. Looking in there, it doesn't look too bad. I'm going to give the boiler a reset to do some combustion analysis checks, but I think this is going to be largely down to the fact that the gas meter was left turned off. So reset once the boiler is in fault code here, like this, look, L2. Obviously
if you're having to reset a boiler too many times, when a boiler goes into fault, it's telling you that there's a problem. Sometimes a problem can just be intermittent or something small, and just a simple reset will sort the issue out. But obviously if you reset once and the problem comes back, then you should definitely contact your estate agent. So you just turn it to reset for a couple of seconds like that. You see the little asterisks go 0, and then that's reset. Then turn the boiler on, then you just got this little knob, so turn it twice to the right. The symbol C is an indicator for central heating. Looks like we've got a programmer attached as well. Yeah, there we are.
What did you do that?
I didn't do anything to it. Have you noticed if there's a wall start as well?
Yeah, there.
There is, okay. Is that turned up at the minute?
I'm not sure. Do you want to see?
Blue light means the burner is lit. You can also hear the boilers running. Now what you will get as well is hot water will always take, the demand will be priority over the central heating. So if we turn the hot water on there, D is for domestic hot water.
Right.
Okay. So what that's done now is it's turned off the heating.
So it has to be the blue light, right?
Blue light means the burner is on.
On, yeah.
Ask me is how to top up the pressure on this boiler. Quite a common thing that we have with rental properties is they never get shown or handed over when they move into a property as to how to top the pressure up. As we can see there in the video, you've got the pressure gauge. Can you see the pressure gauge as well? So ideally what you want that is between 1 and 2 bar.
Yeah.
And usually a filling loop is by here. But what I'm guessing, right there it is there. Okay, the other thing now here we've got to look at is an issue with the toilet. As you can probably see there, it's continually overflowing into the toilet pan. So let's have a little look why that's doing that. So two typical normal things with toilets. As you can see here, this is the flush. You push this button, lifts a plunger, water goes down into the toilet. You've got an internal overflow here, so that if the inlet valve, which fills the water up inside the tank, goes too high and then goes over the top of this overflow and back into the toilet as a safety to stop flooding the house. What sometimes happens is if these fail, the water continues to fill, goes over that overflow and back down into the toilet. The other thing that could be wrong here is this siphon, this push button. Sometimes they got a rubber diaphragm that tends to perish, so we'll have a little look which one's which. Right, you can see there that the water on the inlet valve has stopped perfectly below the overflow, so it's more going to be a case of this. Yeah, still dripping, so it's passing. There we go, they come out like that. And you'll see, don't know if you can see that on this video, but these diaphragms, they tend to bubble. When they bubble, they allow the water to pass. There's only a total of 3 radiators in this property, and the one on the landing seems to be having issues getting hot, so we're gonna see if we can pull through an airlock on that. What I should be feeling now is some warmth to either one of these valves, but there's nothing. I'll give it a few minutes, see if that comes along. So I've just had to do a bit of a divert, come to see Harry down at one of his jobs. Once again, we got another issue with these concealed showers, so I'm just coming down to give him a helping hand, because we seem to think that new shower handle, and well, we're pretty certain the cartridge is correct. However, we think that we know the shower handle is not correct, and I think it should just, the new cartridge should just fit, but it's whether the handle will fit as part of that. So we'll go up now, give him a hand, have a look, and go from there. There he is, look, patiently waiting with his, arms crossed, leaning, just relaxing on the job. So this is what we're looking at. You can see this lever is different to this lever. But, however, the drawings that we've got say that this cartridge will fit in here. So what we're just considering is if we fit this with the new lever, whether it'll work. But problem is we can't get this lever off because the grub screw is completely rounded. So just another headache that we experience with these concealed showers that have these rainfall heads and everything. Very troublesome to get new parts. So voila, we've managed to get the old handle off without damaging it or breaking it. We were thinking that was possibly what we were going to have to do. However, we've managed to do it. So we've got a new cartridge, so hopefully we should just be able to change this cartridge, and that should be that. It's bigger as well.
Yeah.
So it's not the right cartridge.
No.
In concealed showers can be somewhat of a nightmare. Nightmare.
It's a fucking nuisance,
Wow, should I just hop it? It might be.
Right, there we have it. That is complete. That cartridge, although it looked completely different, different in size, it did actually fit into the shower. So that all worked. Well, we're just going to get a thermometer now, test the temperatures, make sure the cartridge is working as it should do, and then we can sign this job off and on to the next one. Here we go, last job of the day. We've got the check. We are going to be checking this gas hob here and also the boiler here. Battery on this camera is now running low, where I've kind of just been waffling on all day, yeah, I'm just gonna get this safety check done, and then I'll be heading home where I've got a few quotes to do, and yeah, go from there. So this is eventful. I thought I would, I didn't expect to have to make this video again, but what we got happening here is the boiler is giving extremely high levels of carbon monoxide when I'm doing the test. What you might see here is previous people have put down recordings. It says to me that someone's messed around with the gas valve at some point. This should just be a gas safety check, but there's going to be an extra charge here for me to try and balance up and get this gas valve to the numbers that it needs to be, because they are well out to where they should be. But the issue we got, because it's a small flat, every time we put it to maximum, very quickly it overheats and extinguishes, makes it very, very difficult to get this test done, and very time consuming. So for something that should have been 30-40 minute sort of gas safety check is now running on to over an hour plus.